Hey everyone, thanks for watching my video today. If you haven't already, please click the like button below and subscribe and share if you enjoy this video. It really helps my channel out. I'm trying to grow my channel. I am a newbie at this. On today's menu we are prepping spaghetti and Kung Pao chicken. My husband and I will usually alternate 2 meals. I'll make 6 servings of each. We'll have those Sunday night through Friday night, so that we'll have our dinners prepared for the whole week. And then I'm also preparing 2 ingredient dough garlic rolls to go along with the spaghetti, and my chocolate peanut butter protein cookies that I love to have for my dessert every night. Thank you for watching, and please enjoy the video. For fruit and vegetables this week, all that I have to prep is a watermelon, a little tiny watermelon, and the world's tiniest cantaloupe. I don't know if you can tell how tiny that is on camera, but that's why I'm having watermelon as well. And then my pineapple as usual. I don't have my blueberries yet. If you watch my grocery haul, you'll see that I kind of had a grocery pickup fail because half of my items weren't on there. As I was editing that video, I realized that I didn't have my blueberries, so I am going to have to send my husband to pick those up. But other than that, I just have my tomato to slice for my sandwiches and my bell peppers to dice for my eggs and pizzas that I make. Now I'm ready to go ahead and start filling up my fruit containers for the week. I have these with the 2 sides on it. These are what I usually pick up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. And I'm going to fill those up with the pineapple, cantaloupe, and watermelon. I'll fill one up and then show you the finished bowls at the end. Alright, so first of all, I'm just going to take a little bit of cantaloupe and a little bit of watermelon and put in each side. Since these were so tiny, I got one of each this week. And then I will put some pineapple in the other side, and then I usually add some blueberries on the side with the pineapple, but we will have to add that a little bit later today after I get some. So there we go. There's one bowl. I'll fill the rest of these up and then show you the finished product. Okay, here are all of my fruit bowls. I made 7 of them so that I can have one each day this week. And then next I'm going to go ahead and get my Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt out and make the little containers to go with those. Alright, so I have all of my fruit prepped. I have 7 containers of fruit along with 7 containers of the Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt. I love to dip my fruit in that. I don't know why. A lot of people think it's kind of weird, but to me it tastes good. And on the WW Blue plan, all of this is 0 points. The little containers that I have my yogurt in are actually baby food containers that I order off of Amazon. You can get like a little set of 4, and they work perfectly for yogurt, any kind of dips, dressing. If I take salad to work or whatever, then I will always put it in one of these containers because I like to go ahead and pre-measure everything. So there's my fruit. It looks yummy. Can't wait to eat it this week. Now I'm going to go ahead and dice up my bell peppers. My husband has cut these up into small pieces so they will fit right on this chopper. I'm going to do one of them. It's really loud, and then I will show you the finished product because this thing really does make a loud noise. Let's see if I can angle the camera here to where I can do it. There you go. It perfectly dices it into little pieces. I'll get this finished and then show you the finished peppers and how I store them. Alright, I got all of the peppers diced. They look beautiful in the small little pieces, and then I just store them in this old Rubbermaid container that I have. I always take 3 or 4 paper towels and put down in here because they hold a lot of moisture, and that way they don't get too funky by the end of the week. It kind of soaks it up. I've just put them in the container before, and then it's like gross towards the end of the week. But you know, kind of how they do in the grocery stores, they have those little pads and stuff that'll come in the bottom of the fruit, and that's to soak up the moisture so that it keeps it fresher. But the paper towels work great. So there they are, and I will just store these and have them ready whenever I cook my breakfast or make my pizzas. Alright, now I'm getting ready to start on my Kung Pao chicken with cauliflower fried rice and stir-fry vegetables. So what you need for that is a couple of pounds of some diced up chicken, which my husband has already cut this up into small little pieces for me. And then the Kung Pao sauce. I use, I think, 14 teaspoons or tablespoons. Okay, so I use 14 tablespoons of the Kung Pao sauce. I still have a little bit left in this one, and then I'll have to use a little bit out of that one as well to add into the chicken. I have a couple of bags of these stir-fry vegetables. They're not the microwavable bags. You have to put them in a bowl. I like to steam them, let them get soft before I add them into a skillet. I'll kind of add them in with the chicken and the rice as well. And then to make the cauliflower fried rice, you need 2 bags of the cauliflower fried rice and one of these packets of fried rice seasoning mix. And so it gives it a good flavor. 1 egg, 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, and some garlic. I got that recipe from Louise Lane. I'll try to find her video and link it below if I can. And the Kung Pao chicken, I believe I got this one from Amanda Seipert. I'll see if I can find her video and link it as well below. But I'll get started on this and kind of show you the process. Okay, I'm ready to start on my Kung Pao chicken. The first thing I'm going to do is spray my pan with some olive oil spray. I just get this one at Walmart, mostly because it's the cheapest and the largest container. Just FYI, I like the butter spray too for my eggs from there. And then I'm just going to salt and pepper the chicken before I put it in, and then I'll kind of salt and pepper the other side as well. And I am one of those that likes my chicken really well done, so I will probably overcook it for some of y'all, but I cannot stand the thought of chicken that's not completely done. And then I'm going to go ahead and just salt and pepper the other side. And I do really like to season my food. Of course, you can always put more or less, just depending on your taste. And I'm just going to start stirring this around for a second, and then I will get my fried rice going. I think I'm also going to add a little bit of cumin and some chili powder in here just to give it a little bit more of a kick. I've got to where I really enjoy the taste of the cumin and the chili powder in just about every one of my meals. I guess it's because I'm eating such lean meats, you know, the 99% lean ground turkey and then the lean chicken breast, and I just feel like the seasonings give it a little bit more flavor. Now I'm going to get the riced cauliflower going. I'm going to turn my stove on just a little bit over medium, and I'm also going to spray this pan with the extra virgin olive oil spray so that it doesn't stick. And then I'm going to put both bags of these in here, and I do not pre-cook these or anything. I just kind of let it cook down in the pan, and then we will add in the rest of the stuff in a little while. And I'm going to go ahead and put some salt and pepper, and we'll just kind of let that cook for a little bit. I'm going to stir it up and put the lid on it till this softens up. Then we'll add in the garlic, the soy sauce, the fried rice seasoning packet, and then I'll kind of show you how I do the egg. I kind of do that right at the end. So while the cauliflower rice is cooking and the chicken is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and measure out the other things that I need. So I need 14 tablespoons of the Kung Pao stir-fry sauce, which a serving size is 2 tablespoons, which is 35 grams. So I need 35 times 7, which is 245 grams. Sorry, I had to do that math on my phone real quick. So I'm going to measure out 245 grams of the Kung Pao sauce. Shake this one up and see how much is left in this one. I don't think there's that much. The only place I've been able to find this Kung Pao sauce is at Walmart. I don't know why I've not been able to find it. I can find other sauces in this Panda Express brand at Kroger and Publix and stuff, but not the actual Kung Pao, and this is the one with the lowest points. I think that overall this meal comes out to a total of 2 to 3 points for everything, which is a pretty low point meal. I'll try to calculate that and have it listed down below for you as well. Okay, so I got 86 grams out of the first one, and I need a total of 245, so I need another 159 grams in here, which is pretty much right about a cup full. I've noticed every time I measure it out, but I still like to weigh it. I mean, it is right at a cup full. 158, that's good enough. I'll stop right there on that. And then I need 1 egg. So I have 1 egg. I'm going to go ahead and crack that and have it in the bowl. I just like to have it in this bowl and have it ready once I get ready to put it into the fried rice mixture. And then the last thing that I need is 4 tablespoons of any kind of soy sauce. I like to use the less sodium soy sauce. So 1 tablespoon is 15 milliliters, so I need a total of, what, 60 milliliters? I don't know if I have enough in this bottle, but I do have another one handy to open just in case. No, that's only 46, so I need another 14 milliliters. Go ahead and open up my new bottle. There we go, 60. Well, 61, but that's okay. It's 0 points, Weight Watchers anyway. So I have my soy sauce ready, I have my egg ready, and I have my Kung Pao sauce ready. And then I'm going to check on the chicken and the cauliflower fried rice. We might be ready to add the stuff into the rice. I'll be back. So the cauliflower rice is looking pretty good. It is nice and softened up, and it is ready to add everything else in, except for the egg. I will do the egg last. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my soy sauce that I just measured out. I'm going to put in a big teaspoon of minced garlic. I like to use this, it's already done in the jar. And I'm going to do my packet of the fried rice seasoning mix. And we're just going to stir that up really well. Just kind of let the seasonings get mixed in good with the cauliflower rice. I promise y'all this tastes like real fried rice for almost 0 points. The only thing that has points is the seasoning mix. But again, it's worth it. Like I said, this whole meal comes out to 2 to 3 points. I have to check my app to see exactly what the points are. And then we do like to add, well, I'll have a spring roll and 2 pot stickers with it on the night that we eat it. It's delicious. One of my favorite meals. And then after I get all of this mixed together, I'm going to push it all over to one side. And then I'm going to add my egg. Kind of wipe that off there. I'm going to add my egg in and just kind of let that fry on one side of the pan here. And then I'll scramble it up, and then I'll mix it in with the rice. Again, I got this recipe from Lauren over at Louise Lane. I will try to link her video below. Thanks, Lauren. You've given me lots of really good meal ideas over the past year that I've been on the WW plan. Okay, now the egg is pretty much done. I'm going to mix it in with the rice. You could probably add 2 eggs if you wanted to have a little bit more, but I've always just done the 1, and it's always been perfect. So yeah, this looks delicious. It smells delicious. This is probably what we'll eat tonight. I don't know. Our other meal is spaghetti that I'm going to start working on, and we really love the garlic rolls. That really makes the house smell good, and so we're usually dying to eat those rolls by then. So we'll see. But the rice is all done. Now I'm going to finish up the chicken. Okay, my chicken is done. I'm going to go ahead and add in almost all of this Kung Pao seasoning. I am going to save a little bit. I'm going to mix this up well in the chicken, and then I'm going to add the vegetables in, and then I'll add the rest of the sauce. That way the vegetables are coated nicely with it as well. This Kung Pao sauce is really good, and it's really low in points. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add in these stir-fry vegetables, which they have softened up really well in the microwave, and I drained any liquid out of them. My favorite stir-fry vegetables are actually some that I get from Walmart, but I didn't go to Walmart this week. We did the Kroger pickup, and so these are pretty good. I just prefer the ones, and it's actually the Walmart brand. I'm not sure why I like it better, but maybe it's just the mixture of veggies in that pack. But I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the Kung Pao sauce on here now. I'll make sure I scrape all of that out, you know. I don't want to waste any. I'm counting these points. There we go. We'll let this cook down, and then we'll be ready. I'm going to mix it all together with the rice, and it'll be ready to plate up. Okay, now I am ready to start plating up I've mixed together all of the fried rice, the chicken, and the stir-fry vegetables, and I've weighed it out, and we're gonna do 6 portions. I have these little containers. They have 2 compartments. I don't know if you can see those very well. I'm just gonna put everything in one side, and then whenever we heat up our spring rolls, we'll cook those in the air fryer the night that we eat those, and have the other side available for that. And so I've weighed it out, and it looks like each portion should be about 383 grams. So that's what I'm gonna put in each container. We'll do one here. Let's see how much 383 grams is. It's 110. And I did calculate this, and the points on this is 2 points. The only thing that actually has points is the Asian rice seasoning and the Kung Pao sauce. The vegetables, the chicken, the soy sauce, the egg, everything else is 0 points on the WW Blue plan. So this is 2 points. And let me tell y'all, it is yummy. It's one of our favorite meals. So there we're at 380. That's big green bean. That put it up to 386. Let's just try another little tiny thing. There we go. 383. Perfect. So we've got 383 grams. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it. All right, I have everything plated up for the Kung Pao chicken and divided it into 6 equal portions. Again, this recipe comes out to 2 points. And then we also like to have, I will have 1 spring roll. That's the brand that I like to use. Those are 3 points for a spring roll, and then 2 of these pot stickers with it. So it ends up making it an 8-point dinner altogether. And it is delicious. I'm going to start working on my spaghetti meal. I'm ready to start working on the spaghetti prep. Well, really, it's more prepping the meat and the sauce for me, because I actually just use fresh zucchini, and will spiralize it with the little spiralizer that I'll have each night so that it's fresh. But I will go ahead and prep the sauce. So here I have some lean ground turkey. I'm going to use this spaghetti sauce, which does have points. I'll have to look that up and see how much the points are, and we'll tell you later in the video, or leave it down below. I might add some of the Hunt's diced tomatoes with the basil, garlic, and oregano. I kind of like a little extra sauce on mine, especially with the zoodles, and those are 0 points. And then these are the seasonings that I will use. I'll just spray my pan with a little bit of the extra virgin olive oil spray, Salt and pepper, of course. Cumin, chili powder. It's kind of become a staple in almost all of my recipes. And then I have some oregano and some Italian seasoning. And I will just kind of season it to, you know, what we usually like it to taste like. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is turn on my stovetop. It's not even on yet. I'm going to spray with the olive oil spray. You can use any kind of spray that you like. Doesn't matter. It's just so that won't stick. And I'm going to go ahead and put my turkey in. And I'll kind of get this going and come back once I start adding some of the seasonings into it. Okay, this is starting to cook a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add in my salt. And pepper. These salt and pepper containers are actually Tupperware. My mom used to have some. They were kind of like that yellow greenish color, and I always remember those from being a kid. And so I found these clear ones on Amazon. I don't know if y'all had any of these growing up or anything, but they're fun. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of chili powder, just a little bit to give a little kick, and a little bit of the cumin. And then I'll wait until the turkey is done and I add in the sauce to see how much oregano and Italian seasoning I want to add, if any. I did look it up. This Del Grosso sauce here, there are exactly 6 servings in here, which is perfect because that's what I'm making, is 6 servings, and it is 3 points a serving. So since I'm just doing zoodles with mine, that will be 3 points. And then I will have room for some of the garlic rolls that I'm going to make. That's the ingredient dough. But the turkey's looking good. Here I have some water boiling, and I have my husband's spaghetti measured out. Again, that's just for him. So once that water gets boiling, I will put that spaghetti in there. And then he will just put that in a bowl for himself, and he'll just measure out how much he wants to eat each night. Alright, so the turkey is nice and done now. I'm going to go ahead and add in this whole container of the spaghetti sauce that I'm going to use. Again, it is 3 points. And then I know I'm definitely going to add at least 1 can of the Hunt's diced tomatoes with basil and oregano. This is 0 points. And I'm going to see kind of how it looks. That might be plenty for 6 servings. Again, I like a little extra sauce with my zoodles. My husband doesn't like as much sauce as I do, but I still will divide this just into 6 containers, and then we'll each have our own container of sauce to add to our noodles. He'll have his regular noodles, which I have boiling here. I have a timer set for that so that I can just cook those for the 7 minutes that it recommends. And I do think I'm going to go ahead and open the other container of the Hunt's tomatoes. So I tasted it. It tastes pretty good. I added in about a teaspoon of oregano leaves and a teaspoon of just Italian seasoning. And I'm going to turn this down on a lower heat and just kind of let this simmer, and then we'll see what it tastes like and see if it needs anything else. But so far it's looking pretty good. I did add both cans of the Hunt's diced tomatoes. What I'll do is just weigh this and then get how many grams it is, and then put, you know, divide it by 6 and divide that into the containers that way so that we each have a perfect serving. Alright, so I have weighed out the spaghetti sauce here, and it looks like we will each get about 300 grams. It says 304, I'm going to do 300. Sometimes it seems like I end up, the last container will have a little bit less, so we're going to do 300 grams in each one. I have these, I have 5 of these little rectangular containers left over from a meal prep service that I had ordered from before, and 1 round one that I'm gonna put our spaghetti sauce in. So I'm gonna plate one of them up here and see, hopefully I don't make too much of a mess. Get 300 grams in here. And then after I get them all done, I will show you the finished. It's $2.96, $3.01. So that's perfect. That one is done. I'll get the rest of them in the containers. Okay, so I have divided out the spaghetti sauce into these 6 portions. It did end up to be, the last one was still a little bit under 300 grams, even though when I divided it, it said 303 each, but it's all good. So we have these. This will come out to 3 points each serving because the diced tomatoes were 0 and the ground turkey is 0 because it is the 99% lean. And then for my husband's spaghetti, I've just got those noodles boiled ready in a container. He will just pull out what he wants whenever we have the spaghetti and heat that up. And then for myself, I have the zucchini. We will spiralize the zucchini, and actually I have a spiralizer over here. I was going to show you what I used for that. There is the little thing. I think I bought that at TJ Maxx or Marshall's for probably $6.99, something like that. The only other thing I have left to make to go with this is the 2-ingredient dough, and I'm going to take a break, swap out my laundry, and eat my lunch. I'm going to make the Felicia combo with the blackened chicken tenders. So this looks yummy, and I will talk to you in a few minutes. I'm getting ready to make my chocolate peanut butter protein cookies now. These are 1.42 cookies. They are delicious, and these are the ingredients that you need. I use the PE Science Select chocolate cupcake protein and the Matrix peanut butter cookie. You could use any kind of chocolate or peanut butter, whatever you prefer. I just happened to have the peanut butter on hand and found that Select protein, and they work great, so I'm going to keep using them. You'll need some baking powder, 5 grams of the Hershey's dark chocolate cocoa, some 100% pure pumpkin, 5 grams of the Jell-O sugar-free chocolate fudge mix, some egg whites, and 14 grams of the Lily's dark chocolate baking chips, no sugar added. That's all the ingredients. I'm going to get started mixing them up. Okay, so in here I have all of my dry ingredients, and then I'm just going to mix those well. I did 1 scoop of each of the protein powders, about a tablespoon of the baking powder, 5 grams of the sugar-free Jell-O mix, and 5 grams of the Hershey's Special Dark Cocoa. You always just want to mix all of your dry ingredients together first, and then we will add in the wet ingredients. Each can of this 100% pure pumpkin is 425 grams. I pretty much just used half of it last week when I made my cookies. I'm going to go ahead and use the other half, so this should come out to be a little over 200 grams. I like that I can get 2 batches of cookies out of the 1 can. Wipe the rest of that off. That is 210 grams of the pumpkin. And then I'm going to add my egg whites. This is just the Walmart brand. So that's a little over 100 grams of egg whites. Again, they're 0 on Weight Watchers on all plans, I think. So it doesn't matter if it goes over just a little bit. If I need to, I will add some more. Alright, that consistency looks almost perfect. I didn't need to add any more egg whites or anything. Now the last thing that I'm going to put in is the Lily's dark baking chips, and I'm going to do 14 grams. Set those to the side, and then I will just get these folded in, and then I'm going to get my baking sheet out and get that ready, and I will show you before I pop them in the oven. Okay, I have the 12 cookies laid out here, ready to go into the oven. Okay, and here are the cookies fresh out of the oven. They do kind of rise up, if you can see a little bit. They are still a little bit soft, but they will flatten back down, but they look pretty perfect to me. Again, 2 points. I mean, 2 cookies for 1 point on the blue plan. I love them. It's a great nighttime treat. I'll show them to you whenever I box them up. So my protein cookies have completely cooled now. I'm just going to store them in this Ziploc take-alone container. And I like to keep these in the refrigerator. I will have 2 or 3 of them for my snack at night. 2 cookies are 1 point and 3 cookies I think are 2 points. I think in the last video I might have said they were 1 point, but I did a recalculation and it is 2 points if you have 3 cookies, but it is totally worth it. These are delicious. I will warm them up in the microwave for 30 seconds before I eat them, and it makes a perfect nighttime snack before bed. Okay, now I'm finally down to my last thing that I'm making today, and that is the 2 ingredient dough, except I am going to add a 3rd ingredient, garlic powder, to make garlic rolls to go with our spaghetti. So in the bowl I have 1.5 cups of self-rising flour, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. Actually, that just finishes that off. And then I'm going to mix that up well before I add in the Greek yogurt. Now, I don't use a 1-to-1 ratio of yogurt to the self-rising flour. I like to use a little bit less. So I have 1.5 cups of flour, but only 1 cup of the non-fat Greek yogurt. Otherwise, it's way too sticky. So I'm just going to mix this up well and then add in the yogurt. And then I always, once I put the yogurt in, I will just stir it with a spoon until it gets kind of crumbly, and then I'll switch over to my hands and knead it. I did reserve just a little bit of the flour so that I could sprinkle down to put the dough on so that it doesn't stick to my countertop. So I'm going to mix this well and then form it into a nice dough ball, and then I'll show you how I divide it out. I make 18 small rolls out of this, and they end up to be 1 point each. I have my 2 ingredient dough ready. I have measured this out, and each one of our rolls to make 18 should be about 30 grams. So I have this on this scale, and I'm just going to pull it off at 30 grams at a time. One of my little tricks, since this is so sticky, is to spray my hands with some non-stick cooking spray, which may seem a little bit gross, but it does really help in keeping it from sticking. And I use the butter flavor because I'm actually going to spray this with the butter flavor once I get them all rolled out. So there we go. That one is exactly 30 grams. And each time I'll just hit tear. And there's another 30 grams. So I'm going to roll all 18 of these out. I'm putting them on this baking sheet. I have already sprayed it with some of the Baker's Joy. So I'll show you this once I get them all done. Okay, so I have all 18 of my rolls measured out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the top of them with this butter spray. Just a light spray on top of them. And then I'm going to sprinkle them with some garlic salt. I put some garlic powder in with the flour in the mixture, but just sprinkling a little bit of garlic salt on top of them just gives them that little extra flavoring, and they're so delicious. This is one of mine and my husband's favorite things. And we end up, we'll eat 3 of them each with our meal, so it'll be 3 points because they are 1 point for each roll. There we go. I'm going to put them in the oven at 350 for about 12 minutes, and then I'm going to check them, and then usually they're probably about done, but they're not browned on top, and then I will move them to the top rack and put them on broil just for a minute or 2 just so that they get nice and golden brown. Okay everyone, I just took the garlic rolls out of the oven. They smell so good. I wish that y'all could smell them through the phone or through the TV, whatever you're watching this on, but they are nice and brown on the bottom and on the top. I did turn them on the broiler just for a few seconds just to get the tops browned, but they look perfect. Okay everybody, that's going to be it for the video today. Again, thank you for watching. I hope that you join me for my next video. I think my next one's going to be on what I eat in the day on the WW Blue plan. Again, please click the subscribe button and like, and I will see y'all later. Bye.